Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Semi-Perfect Podcast. It is January 9th, 2019, the first of 2019, the first podcast of ours.
Yeah.
So, welcome in. I hope you all had a wonderful New Year. We're going to talk about New Year's resolutions, among other things. But we're also totally enjoying watching Saber and Laura try to get into the podcast right now. Yep. Joining us here tonight, we have Hirosashii.
Good evening, y'all.
And PaleoSteno.
Hello.
Toodles on the controls.
Hi.
And I'm ACRacebest. And Saber and Laura are about... Well, let's see. Now do they hear us?
Hello?
Now we can't hear you guys.
Hello.
Can you hear us?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, good. Yay. We got that.
Saber, this is the part we act like, yeah, it's been working the
like
whole
this
time.
is just
And we're
a
like...
I feel like this is a little...
We've been listening to your struggles.
Good.
You bet it's good. We heard all sorts of stuff that you guys were talking about the whole time.
All right, so we officially kicked it up. Well, introduced them now, I guess.
Oh, Saberspark.
Yeah.
Hi.
And Laura.
Who?
Star-Lord, man.
Welcome to the podcast.
Do it.
All right, shall we jump into food posts?
Yes, food posts, because I'm hungry.
All right, we're jumping into food posts.
All right.
First up, we got Nor Mermaid kicking off my final semester off with some pizza and stroop waffles, aka the best cookies I've ever had. Thanks a lot, Macarena and AM. Grumble, grumble, grumble.
That looks like good pizza.
Yeah.
That looks like a solid piece of cheese pizza.
Yeah.
I only eat cheese pizza when it's the last pizza left. No, I take that back. When it's the second, I don't like pizza with vegetables, so cheese pizza is actually quite high up on my list of pizzas I enjoy.
I'm ordering cheese pizza right now.
It's high up there.
Yeah. What's the next post?
Okay, next one is Rosie Diamond enjoying tonight's podcast with some homemade pesto chicken and veggies, hoping to stay awake for the whole podcast, but I got a concussion pictured, which I'm still healing from, and has made me extremely tired.
Holy cow,
So
Rosie!
sorry that this happened.
That's...
I hope you heal fast.
I hit my head on the cruise. Remember?
Well, you didn't get a concussion though, so
But it hurt
yeah.
a lot.
Okay.
Did you fall off the boat?
No, I was inside my stateroom. It would have taken me quite an effort to fall off at that point.
Yeah. Next up, we've got Hirosashii, Mother Nature at its finest. Got a bunch of bottles of water that have been half
Notice
drunk.
he has 4 bottles of Dasani and 1 Aquafina.
Yeah, what do you have against Aquafina, Hirosashii?
Maybe he loves Aquafina and he can only have one. I have no idea what
That's true.
Like,
well, there's a lot of
He's
sugar.
treating himself to Aquafina.
There you go.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. And then
Michael.
Michael just posted a picture.
Yeah.
So we have to guess what this is.
It looks like a beef stew or some sort of soup. Some kind of hearty soup with potatoes, I believe.
Potatoes.
I feel like those are potatoes. They could be chicken chunks, but I feel like they're potatoes.
I don't know.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, Michael. We got Railroad Bronies. My computer is updating still, so tonight I'm listening to the Semi-Perfect Pod on my phone. Got steak fries with 3 lovely hot dogs covered in Monterey Jack cheese.
Oh my god.
Mwah.
That's a lot of cheese on those.
Oh, that is a
And with a
good serving.
lemonade. That is
Oh, well good.
a fuck ton of cheese.
That is a proper amount of cheese. A proper, good
I'm more
amount of
interested
cheese.
in the pile of pony plushies, to be honest.
Yeah.
Well, Laura doesn't like cheese, so that's like
I know.
a plate of death right there. She's like,
Yeah, it also
no.
makes me very sick, so.
Hence why you wouldn't like it.
Then we've got...
I like things that make me feel sick.
We know
I
Hero.
do. Red delicious apples make me feel sick, but I
Oh
like
no.
The brony fandom makes
them. The
him
money
feel sick.
fandom.
But he still loves it.
Then we've got Norse Brony. I has pizza, and I'm currently planning to attend BronyCon this year, hopefully. Nice.
Yeah.
Those are little pepperonis.
That seems to be it for... Well, never mind. We
Ah,
got
more
one
pizza!
Pixie had pizza, but struggled to get it down after stomaching how much I paid for college today. Also,
gosh.
episode 100 of SPP is 4 away. We gotta think on what we want to do for that.
We're gonna get a stripper for
It's
that one.
Fast coming. Episode 100 of the Semi-Perfect Podcast.
Do you notice, like, I'm literally talking into Sarah's ear, and she's not even phased by that.
Yeah, I was not paying attention whatsoever.
Did you hear what I said?
No, I did not hear a
Wow,
thing.
how?
I have learned over 10 years to tune you out.
See, and that's when we knew it was time to get married.
That's marriage, folks.
Like, all right, guys, we're there. We're ready.
All right. So, we've got, like...
18 topics we want to discuss?
We've got, like, a good chunk of topics. Do we want to just start off with...
Okay, yeah, we could start with this one.
Okay.
So, as I've posted a few teasers on Twitter and mentioned that we discuss it here tonight on the podcast, no, first I need to know how everyone's doing. And then we'll talk about Bunny's Room.
Yeah, that's right. Wait, before we do that, we got one last minute food post.
Yeah.
And this will be the last one.
Oh my god, it's pizza again!
Christian is having Pizza Hut and Mountain Dew. Classic.
Christian's fun.
Day.
Christian's fun at conventions.
Nice.
He likes to chant.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Bless you.
Thanks.
Alright, that's the last food post.
So yeah, I want to know how everyone's doing. Hero, why don't we start with you? How have your last 2 weeks been?
Really standard. Nothing too interesting happened. Yep. Last 2 weeks. What happened in the last 2 weeks?
New Year's?
Christmas? Oh, I'm
Came
sorry.
to my house.
Yes, no, not standard at all.
Whoa! It was actually the worst.
So boring. Yeah, I wasn't thinking. I was buying equipment. So yeah, we went to hang out at Laura's house, and we went to the trampoline park, and it wasn't as tiring as last year. More in shape
Because we
than
only did
last
30
year.
minutes.
Yeah.
Instead of an
Man,
hour.
we like, what was it, like 15 minutes in last time? We were all dead anyway, so.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was fun. Always fun to jump around like a little child and realize you're not a child anymore because your knees hurt.
At least nobody called you a parent this time.
Yes, absolutely.
It's like you're
I completed 6 out of the 8 obstacle courses. Those things are hard, man. Like
so
actually
hard.
rather difficult.
Yeah.
That 4th one is just dumb, and I hate it.
I want to go to this thing because it sounds fun and physically challenging.
It
I mean,
is
there's probably a
physically
trampoline park near us. Actually, there is. There is literally. I've gone to it for Pokemon Go occasionally.
Whoa.
It's like, I know.
But there might be a limit on how old.
That reminds me, Sarah, have you added me on Pokemon Go?
Ooh, it's out there now. So.
Actively
I
avoiding
have not.
Getting called out.
Did
Yeah.
you
Okay,
ever
Yeah, I'll just send you my QR code.
Cool.
set up our call the haircut place right now,
No,
like in the middle of the show.
But we
Put them on speakerphone and everything.
No, we tried earlier, but it didn't work. And now it's like.
Try it now. This is gonna be amazing.
I'll try.
Paleo, how's your 2 weeks been?
It's been good. I was also at the New Year's thing, and we played Smash a lot. That was fun.
That was fun.
Yeah. After you left, like me and Laura were the top 2.
Nice.
We got rid of the competition.
Yeah. Then I was while I was visiting, because I was visiting for a bit longer to help Saber move, and I was teaching Saber how to play Smash a bit more, about how to like dodge and everything. I don't know how some of the more complicated maneuvers, but I know like the basics.
That's is Saber a fast learner?
Yeah, he learned pretty fast.
It's the nicest thing Paleo's ever said about you, Saber.
I was about to say, I was like, wow, an actual genuine
He
compliment.
does love you.
I'm so proud of my boy.
But yeah, I stayed a bit longer because we had issues like renting the U-Haul for a right date, so I stayed a bit longer to help him move stuff.
Which I really appreciate. That went really well.
Yeah.
Sarah did not.
I failed getting the haircut.
What?
Because she didn't have any openings after 5:00 on Thursday.
Tell her to have openings.
And she isn't in on Friday.
Tell her to not be like that. Well, I guess I'm getting my haircut
She's got her own schedule.
next week. Jeez.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Well, I know Saber and Laura. You guys, Laura, let's start with you. Your last 2 weeks, how have they been?
They were good. I obviously had a couple people over for New Year's,
Mhm.
and we had a good time. I went to the trampoline park.
Nice.
And we celebrated Jack's Blade's birthday because his birthday was on the
Yeah.
last day of December.
Nice.
Ooh.
And then I think Saber has a more exciting thing to talk about because he moved into his new place.
Yep, I moved into a new place. That was fun.
Nice.
Just getting used to it and getting things set up and paying bills and throwing my life savings away.
The best.
Yeah, welcome to the club.
Oh.
Yeah, Lammy was like really excited
Yeah.
once we got there.
He like, ran into
He's
stuff.
excited that entire weekend.
He's such a good boy. Look at this puppy.
Oh yeah, and yesterday morning before I left, he was barking at a dog. I was like, holy shit, he's barking.
Yeah, I was in my office and I heard like loud barks. So I'm like, I haven't heard Lammy bark that loud in a while.
He's so great because like whenever we take him anywhere and there's other dogs, it doesn't matter how big the other dog is, he'll bark at them. And he's like this tiny little like miniature poodle who's 14 years old, and he's like barking at these like big old lab puppies, and it's just they'll step on you.
There was a time where it was back at my mom's old house. I was walking Lammy out to the driveway, and there were these 2 golden retrievers that were walking down the road with their owner, and they stopped to talk to my mom. No, the retriever is the owner. And Lammy started barking at the young retriever pup who's like in its adolescence. You know, it's kind of getting to its full size.
Yeah.
And Lammy's being all tough, and I'm home on his leash. And then the retriever threw itself down into a play position, jumped forward, and Lammy screamed, like yelling, and ran right behind me. And I was like, "You big wuss!" All this big shit just for him to have the retriever reciprocate it, and you cry. What a
Oh, you little tough
No,
guy.
the funniest thing I've ever had with Lammy with barking though was here in Virginia. Actually, I was driving over to Laura's house, and I had the window down, and Lammy was barking at the window at this guy and his dog who were walking on the sidewalk, and my brain fucked up, and I meant to say, because Lammy started barking, I meant to say, stop. But instead I said bark, and
You're communicating.
You're encouraging him.
There's a couple of weird moments I've had here. I got 2 more for you.
Oh my god, I know
Yeah.
which one you're gonna say.
So the main one was during the move, the walkthrough on Saturday. I met with my landlord to walk through the house, and Paleo was there too. And we were walking upstairs, checking it out, and then my landlord was in the basement. And the landlord's like about my age too. He works out.
We were talking about how handsome he was when you
Yeah.
first went through the walkthrough. We were like, oh my god, he's so buff.
Yeah, he's ripped. And he was walking up, which kind of highlights how weird what is about to happen. So he's got, he looks like a model. He's walking back upstairs, and he goes, "So what do you think?" And for some reason, my brain wanted to say, "How's it going?" But I had an error, and what came out was, "How's it gozy?" And he was just because the interaction was like, he's like, "How's it going?" I'm like, "How's it gozy?" And he's like, he looked at me, his eyes scrunched, and he's like, "What?" And I'm like, "How's it going?" And my lips were quivering from almost laughing on the spot because I'm like, "This is the stupidest shit ever. Why did I say that?"
How's it gozy?
How's he gozy? And I'm like, I think I'm a fucking Swedish chef or something. I don't know. One last story.
Okay.
This is the main one that is probably the one of the cringy things I've done in quite some time. About earlier this summer, I was driving into Laura's neighborhood. A lot of this stuff happens in your neighborhood. And I was driving, and I looked to my left, look at a little sign on the road. Well, I looked in front of me, and there was an old lady walking her dog across the road. Like looked like she's like in her 70s.
And you hit the
And
gas
I
pedal.
hit the brakes.
Oh.
What's that?
I said, and you hit the gas pedal.
Well, no, I hit the brakes, but there's a good 20, 30 feet in front of me before I'd hit her anyway. But I guess because I came to a sudden stop, it freaked her out, and she fell over on the ground. And I was like, "Oh shit!" And she got up and she walked to the sidewalk, and she was kind of limping. And I'm like, "Ma'am, are you okay? Can I help at all?" and she wasn't even talking to me. She was just waving away at me, like, go away, go away. And down the sidewalk within eye shot is a mom, a father, and a little kid in a stroller walking down the sidewalk. And the father and the mother started walking towards the lady to help her out when I was driving up. So by the time I got because I rolled my window down, kind of looking at them like, what do I do? And they weren't making eye contact with me. The mom and the father, they just walked right past, didn't look at me, walked towards the lady. So all that's looking at me is the baby. And I just shrug at the baby and drive away.
You had a moment.
I had a moment where I just looked at the baby and I shrugged, and then I just drove away. It was weird, man.
That's like those Grand Theft Auto models, like the people walking around and you honk your horn and everyone's just like a bomb may have gone off. Like everyone's just like, nah!
We've got a super chat. From Hirosashii saying, "Wait, Saber is a furry now?"
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep. Abort, and I'm a furry.
So, Hiro, how's your persona going?
What? I'm selling things on the auction house. What?
How's your persona?
Wait, what?
Persona.
I love Persona. What a good RPG.
Persona.
Your persona that you had to make before the end of the year?
Before the end of the year, otherwise I was assigned one.
Yeah, how's that going for you?
Uh-oh.
Not very
well,
well,
it
I
didn't
guess.
go anywhere.
Oh, we should.
No, it went so well. I have one now, so I don't need anyone to make one.
I think Hiro would be like a lizard eagle.
That would be a scale
mix.
sona.
No,
A scale.
I like how I went for scales and feathers. I completely missed fur on my combination, and a bear fur. Oh,
Didn't we land on basically Panda from We Bear Bears?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That was
That suits.
Sarah, how have your last 2 weeks been?
Good. Spent the New Year's in a cold place on top of a building, doing the low budgets. It was a neat experience, but I got re-sick from it.
Well,
No.
not to correct, but you were doing low budget TV. The low budgets
Low
is
budget
the
TV.
series where you crashed
Sorry.
cars once,
Gotta get those.
and you paint cars all the time.
Yeah. But there is a story of the night before.
Oh my gosh!
On New Year's
Oh, I
Eve.
forgot about this.
On
Do you want
New-
me? Do you want me to tell it, or do you want to tell it?
Sure, you do.
Oh my gosh, this is beautiful.
But
Okay.
Can I
Yes.
start it because I'm the first
Yes.
one that knows?
Yes.
Okay.
Sarah woke up.
So it's New Year's Eve, and I'm out in a place with. We're at a hotel because we
were in
we were-
Stockton, California.
I didn't know if I should say the place.
A
But
lot
we were
of
in
a lot of
Stockton,
people when they hear it, when they first hear Stockton, I've had people say, "Oh, I thought you said Compton," to which I clarify, "Well, it's not that much better."
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, we were in Stockton, California. We were going to film a racing event the next day, so we were at a motel or hotel, but it was kind of like
we
the
were in a
lower
La
end.
Quinta.
Yeah, it was like one of the lower end sort of hotels.
Sarah was not impressed.
No, it was fine. It was fine for what it was. But
It got better.
since it was New Year's Eve, you expect, certain activities to happen.
Yeah,
but
like fireworks.
you don't really expect
clapping.
them to go on until like 5 a.m. in the morning when I wake up.
Well,
And the first thing I hear is
this is where it gets bizarre. You see, apparently they decided, and again, this is like 5 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah.
The hotel, as far as we can figure out, decided that they were going to recarpet the room next to ours.
no.
And what did you hear, Sarah? What was it?
The first thing I hear after I wake up is, "Oh yeah."
So they obviously had cut the perfect piece of carpeting, right? They're like, "Oh, we nailed that measurement." Ah, yeah. But the other problem with carpeting is you first have to take out the first carpeting. So there was a lot of tugging and pulling and moaning and groaning. Lots of
Yeah.
I mean, have you ever pulled out a carpet? It's rough work, man.
Well, that's why I was like, I got why there was so much noise.
You understood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So these balls were extraordinarily thin.
Yeah.
And
I could hear everything.
Sarah, what kind of things are you convinced that you heard during this not actual carpet exchange?
I could hear just about every sound effect that you can imagine happening during a physical activity such as that.
Sex. They were having sex.
Yeah. But yeah, it was interesting because it happened at 5 a.m. in the morning, and we're just like, what the fuck?
And when they finished, when it was clear that they had finished, Tommy, Sarah, and I applauded. We gave them a laying down ovation.
Yeah.
And because of that, they're like, oh, well, we should perform an encore.
Yeah.
And continued
Oh
on.
no.
Yeah, they done it a couple of times that night.
There's a lot of carpet
God.
changing going on in there. I just, yeah, we were laughing. Sarah was the first one to like know or like be able to mentally.
Yeah, no, like
figure
I
out.
woke up and I heard the noises and I was like, babe, the people are next door having sex. It was a weird experience.
We should have rivaled them.
No. Yeah. No, everybody on Twitter. I should have expected it, but everybody on Twitter was pretty much their response was, "Well, you gotta compete," and it was like, "Yeah, nasties."
The best part is Tommy would just be sitting there trying to sleep in the bed next to ours, just like, all right.
No, it'd be you and Tommy doing it.
I'm sorry, you're correct. And then, well, Tommy, I want to keep going down this joke, but then I know at some point someone's going to be like, I don't think they're
You're
joking.
going down,
anymore.
all right.
Oh, because I was gonna say, Tommy and I, we were more into that until the day that I yelled out Saber's name instead of Tommy's. Then things got awkward.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, shall we talk about the
Okay,
topic?
so yes, so to get back on the topic sheet, Bronies React. It is Bronies React to the MLP movie. It technically has been in the works since I think late July, and when I realized that this week, I was like, oh my god. Essentially what happened was the Bronies React, I intended on getting it out right around the time it would be the 1 year anniversary for the movie, because of some major life events, both good and bad. I ended up saying, I need to just take a break from editing for a couple months, and did so, and that's why the Bronies React has taken this long. That being said, it is completed. It is actually right now, my laptop's sitting behind us rendering the video file because we did a QC last night, some quality control.
Yeah.
And
screened it.
yeah, tried to find any little edits. It's a lot. I mean, the movie was an hour and 40 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
The React is not as long as the movie. I was proud.
Proud of
I worked my butt off on the editing to cut things down, but yeah, I'm excited. I'm really excited about this one. I don't yet have a definite release date. Essentially, what I want to do is kind of set this one up online and just see how it does with copyright situations. I already did one test and did have one spot in the video that did catch attention. So, yeah. So I'm going to see about how this one does. It's something I typically do now with the Bronies Reacts because I don't want to just put it up and then have it in 2 hours get blocked worldwide or not available on mobile phones or what have you. So, yeah, I'm excited to get this out there. And, yeah, I'd say it should be fun.
Yes.
Yes, indeed. Oh, boy. So, yep. And, yeah, there'll be some surprises in there.
Yep.
And Sarah, actually, we've there was one last thing. This happens sometimes where I'll be editing and I'll go, oh my gosh, there's something I should do, and it didn't cross my mind until I get there.
Yeah.
And no one else had said anything or done it yet, so I'm like, I got to do this. And Sarah almost killed me.
Yeah, well, he basically asked me to. So.
Yeah. But you'll see the scene that we're talking about. Yeah, I did ask you to do it. All right, so Bronies React. It is coming. It's coming soon. In the next few days, I anticipate that will be out. I'm also working on the bonus for that right now, and then kind of gonna dive back into a whole bunch of other videos and what fun.
Yep.
So, what are you pointing at now, Sarah? Okay. Well, we heard a little bit about it. Is there any more you guys want to tell us about your New Year's party? Because I know you guys were having a ton of fun and eating a lot of pizza.
But Smash a lot.
Lots of
Nice.
Smash.
We ate food. We watched goofy YouTube videos.
And the Iron Giant.
And the Iron Giant. We watched a few movies. It was a good time. It was just nice to just everybody over and relax and chill. It was enjoyable.
We watched Astro Boy and had existential
Oh
meltdown.
yeah.
Yeah, that is a dark movie.
Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah, it's weird.
you had an existential meltdown?
Yeah.
The animated Astro Boy movie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. The one with Nathan Lane.
I thought you said Afro
Yeah.
Boy for a second.
Afro Boy.
Yeah, we watched that one a little while back, a couple years back, because Jeffrey likes to hoard movies on
I want to
on
hear.
the DVR.
Yeah, I want to hear about their existential breakdown.
It wasn't a breakdown. It was more of an existential question. The film itself is a lot deeper on a philosophical point of view.
Yeah.
Or from a
Because it's based on the original origin of the Astro Boy, back when it was first created.
Yeah, for those who don't know, Astro Boy, because whenever I saw Astro Boy flying around, I'm like, oh yeah, he's the son of a scientist or whatever. And it's like, well, you're technically correct.
Yeah.
The story basically goes that there's a scientist who works as for a war contract or whatever. His son dies in the process. Before then, you learn he kind of just ignores his boy. He kind of snaps. So he's like, I have to make my boy all over again. So he somewhat clones him and gives him a robot body.
He makes a robot version of his son.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the same memory. So the
Right.
boy, his son's gone, but this robot has the same memories as his son, and he tries to move on with life just to realize, oh, this isn't my boy. This was a mistake.
Yeah.
And it's this is like a fucking Black Mirror episode. It's this is not a kid thing. This is kids could watch it, but I don't know. You're talking about existence and the morality of science and what if you've gone too far or not. It was
Right.
it was surprisingly different.
God, it's like talking to Black Griffin. And you just go, oh,
If only he were here.
whoa. I think
That was his cue to pop in.
Well, what's funny is I think right now he's actually doing a show thing that he's been
he's a part of a play or
a
something.
play or something, and I
Yeah, so that's where he is. I
I
saw a
think it's-
couple people asking where he was.
I think it's one of
today.
those things where someone asked him hey, do you want to do this? And he was like,
I guess.
he's like, yeah, I guess. Probably just went, and
It turned into a whole thing.
because I think it's his mom who was like, hey, do you want to do this? And now she's like, you
You
have the
said
opportunity.
You would do it.
And he's like, but mom.
Yeah, okay.
So,
All right. So to kind of branch from the new year,
and this one I want to get some interaction, and I'll just do it in the chat.
Yeah.
We'll just do this. So New Year's resolutions. Some people do them, some people don't. But I'm just curious what New Year's resolutions people have, and you can answer it in the chat. Just put start it with a capital NYR for New Year's resolution. NYR, and then type what your New Year's resolution is, so I'll be able to depict it through the chat.
Yeah.
I want to know what was your New Year's resolution, Sarah?
My New Year's resolution is to, and I've been working on it. I'm rebooting my Patreon. I'm trying to make this year a very productive year as far as art goes, and bettering myself as far as promoting my own work and starting new projects and stuff like that, because I really need to get the ball rolling, and last year was a little tough to do that, so this year I'm trying to make a good effort.
Nice. Good. mine is the same as last year, and I did really good this year.
Oh yeah.
Mine is to lose 1 pound.
Yeah.
And I technically think I did it. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Just depends on when I check.
You did it while you're at BronyCon.
Yeah. What about you guys though? What's any New Year's resolutions for you guys? Or any that you want to just make up as a joke right now?
Wow. Let me think.
How are you all gonna better yourselves if you don't?
I don't do them.
Yeah.
The resolution is, what they should do next year?
Watch
You know what would be
more
really
shitty
funny
movies.
is if we ever overthrow the government at the end of the year, they have to call it a New Year's revolution.
Wow.
Then it'll get really confusing
Yeah.
because then they'll be like, "Wait, is the revolution the resolution, or is the resolution to revolt?" Ha!
The resolution to have a revolution.
Let's see here. People in the chat. Cool Blue says to eat the big gay.
What?
That's a good one.
How does one? Nope. Okay.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
You know exactly what it
I
means.
don't.
Michael says to watch more YouTube.
Okay.
Robert, mine is to upload more YouTube videos.
Hey, so Robert and Michael should hang out because Robert's going to upload more videos for Michael to watch.
I have
Echo.
one that's kind of related.
Oh.
Just like to watch less YouTube and make more of my own stuff.
Yeah.
Nice.
Because I watch too much of like other people's content without
Echo.
focusing on my
Just
own.
unsubscribe to that Saberspark guy.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm joking. I love you.
I'm just playing.
I've told Sarah, I'm like, Sarah is like the
Okay.
ideal person
Yeah.
to have as a subscriber. Because
I
what she
just-
does
I do marathons.
is that,
man.
no, you don't do marathons.
I do marathons, but
You
then on
start
top of it,
marathons and then you sleep for 8 hours, and the marathon plays for 8 hours, just
No,
adding up those. And I'm
turns
like,
out
why don't you
after-
ever watch my videos? And I mean, Sarah, it'll pay for itself. Like if you put my videos on, I won't even have to go to work. Oh my gosh,
One person, YouTube.
we made 35 cents this year.
Let's see. Echo says, well, my brother arrested me, so it's to be meaner to him. Oh, don't be mean.
Drummer Shy says to get fit and stay healthy.
And drink water and cut back on fats.
Oh, is that why you have 5 water bottles?
And go
I
on
guess
more
so.
bike rides. Water's
Alright, Well,
good.
he's doing it.
No
then.
Mermaid wants to learn how to drive. Good luck. Let's see. I didn't mean to say that in such a disingenuous way.
I was like, why did you say it that way?
I genuinely want you to learn how to drive because that's a cool thing to have. It's a cool skill.
Good luck.
Good luck.
Yeah, right. Death Brony
Norris
says.
gonna learn how to fly and like be behind Gabe while he's in the sky.
says Death Brony says My Little Pony IRL/PMV. IRL being Indie Racing League, of course.
Okay. Yeah.
Wow.
That's not what that conventionally means, but that's cool.
Okay. Thanks, Jeffrey.
For what is this one?
And-
For Fernandman
Fernandman?
to be able to wank 3 times in one day.
Okay.
It's doable. You can do it.
Okay.
Endless nonsense to draw more often. Yeah.
Joe Morganti, a guy that I see occasionally throughout the year.
What's up, Joe?
Not only at conventions, but he also actually works with us from time to time on racing productions. So shout out to Joe. And he says to go to some races in California.
Nice.
Heck yeah, Joe.
You guys is?
And Fire Drake says make more videos and eat more. Data Roxas says to exercise more this year, need to get more healthy. Rabbit says putting myself first instead of others and working on bettering my mental health.
Nice.
Yeah.
Mental health's
hell yeah.
important.
Important stuff. Artifact to stop being self-destructive. That's also important.
good. Yeah.
Yeah.
DMS says become more organized.
Yes.
Spike Firemain. Shout out to Spike Firemain, a guy who's done some A lot of incredible work, actually, in the fandom. I've been going back and watching a lot of old convention vlogs, but for those that don't know, Spike Fireman, very well known for his wood carvings, and he's done a lot in raising money for charities throughout the years with Brony Convention. So shout out to Fireman. He says, eat more and gain weight. Last year was the same and ended up losing 64 pounds.
Oh, that's a lot.
So reverse psychology.
Whoa. I scrolled too far. There we go. Rachel says drink more water, work on personal growth. Water's good. Cool Blue wants to catch meningitis. Good luck.
I'm not sure you want to do that.
Kelsey says to be more confident because last year I wasn't doing too good in that department. You can do it, Kelsey.
You got this.
You got this. I've heard that phrase so many times, having edited the MLP movie.
You got this.
Literally,
We got this.
When you said it, I was gonna laugh, and then I realized I'm probably the only one who's watched the movie as many times as anyone in the last week. Let's see here. Any others? What's this one say?
Fernaman says to Hop ACRacebest goes to a non-brony convention. So hope ACRacebest goes to a non-pony brony convention.
Frank has
Pony, yeah.
How about this? How about Frank's New Year's Evolution?
Nice.
I think he's actually making
He wants to evolve.
I think
To evolve a Pokemon.
I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be revolution, but he capitalized the E and spaced it off, so evolution.
Evolution is a really hard goal to do in 1 year. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can't do that.
Oh, here we go. Quiet Storm says my New Year's resolution is 1080p. JML says work on my music and writing and drawing. Norris Brony says give Race that Zootopia book I got from Sweden. Oh, I like that. That's a good.
I realized the 1080p thing was a joke, but I took that so seriously for 20 seconds. I was like, you haven't upgraded the 1080p yet? Hurry up.
Death Brony says he's going to subscribe to PewDiePie again. Pixie says keep a calendar for a year, draw more, start a blog about obscure English words, get my GPA to a 3.2 or higher. All good things, Pixie. Good luck with that. Oh, did this thing just do a thing?
No, I think you just scrolled a little much. Whoa.
I don't think so.
I think your mouse is really touchy.
You're crazy, Sarah. Damn says
sometimes the chat is kind of touchy.
Yeah, I have a project I've been pulling on hold forever. I want to at least start it. Novi says, watch Steven Universe, eat more because I'm too skinny, make more art, don't let other people get to me, and hopefully go to Disney World.
Yeah. Disney World.
Railroad Brony says to survive another year in the lovely fandom of pastel-colored horses. Indeed, to that one. Gosh. Amen. For some reason, I thought this one, I don't know if I'm going to say it right. Eamon
Ishraf?
It says becoming a better flight simulator pilot and drink a lot of water. I read it as becoming a father, which are two very different things. So, and Super Razor wants to know when Brony's React is coming back. That's a good question.
Dude.
I'm not sure. By the way, Spike Fireman says $25,000 raised for charity.
Nice.
That's pretty awesome. Very cool. So thank you, Spike Fireman.
Arnold says, draw more My Little Pony art. And something else.
Nora with a super chat.
Yeah. Saying, I got my eyes on you, Saberspark.
She's watching you, Saber. All right, and I think we got to the last one to do a compilation of ACRacebest best vlog moments. Ferdinand, that'd be so cool.
Great.
Yeah. I would watch the heck out of that. I've been watching the vlogs.
There are so many great moments in the vlogs.
Dude, there are moments I actually got really not crying emotional, just really sentimental and whatnot, kind of thinking of places that we've been, things we've done and seen, and I mean, I'm just my gosh, which is why I'm going through and watching all the vlogs. I'm actually currently right now watching BronyCon 2013 vlogs. I'm halfway through watching the Bronies React panel from that year.
Yeah.
And it's crazy seeing some of the people that we used to interact with a lot.
I was in the audience at that panel, you guys.
Laura's been around.
Were you?
Like,
Were you
the
in that?
entire time?
Was that? Do you remember the guy with the giant head?
The guy with the giant head?
There was a guy that, like, I don't know what his cosplay was, but it looked like he was wearing, like, a potato. If potatoes were 100 times bigger than potatoes are.
One of the conventions back then is when
what happened was that Laura was a background character that became a main character.
Oh, you're an Applejack. You can't call Applejack a background pony anymore. She does enough stuff.
Yeah.
But,
This was a cool message. It's not a New Year's resolution, but we saw Rachel in the chat say this, saying, honestly, this is my first time listening to the podcast, and I finally feel like I've found my people within the MLP community. Aww.
Cute.
Rachel, thank you for
Welcome.
watching. Hope you're
You're
enjoying
beautiful.
yourself. All right, here's the last one for the New Year's resolutions from the chat, the live chat. Anfire Drake says, change my name to Anfire Chicken or Anfire Dino. I can't make up my mind. Now that is life-changing.
Yeah.
Heck. Yeah. Fernandez says, can I start with Unicon?
Yeah.
Good times. Oh, and then goes to just the 2012 vlogs. Truth be told, you can do whatever you want.
It's your compilation.
Yeah, yeah. But,
in old conventions, what happened to that guy that, like, ran stuff, but I don't know if he was ever part of, like, the staff, but he had, like, the big Mac on it, plush on his head. You remember that guy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, he
Who
always
was
had a
he?
Big Mac flash on his head. I just don't
Yeah,
know
who
who he
was
was.
that guy?
I don't know.
I don't feel like he was ever part of the staff.
Yeah.
I can't place whoever you're talking about.
Okay.
I was
He was
gonna
there in-
I was
he there
gonna
in, the
immediately
picture.
like yell out like final draft.
Looks like we're getting bro-hoofs in the chat.
Nice.
Nice.
We should actually, you know what, we should have Fernando start with the 2012 vlogs and suffer through those.
No, they
That's
do whatever.
Suffer.
Do whatever you want.
How many
It's your
vlogs did I do in
compilation.
2012? I think there
I
were
don't
just
even.
two.
I don't even
I think
know.
it was just EQLA. I like how I just started watching them and I'm asking this question.
Yeah.
But Ever Free Northwest and EQLA. Unicon was interesting. What's also interesting about those conventions is purely just seeing how I interacted with people like Saberspark. And how we were just like so like hi.
Saber gave me such a big hug when he first met me. I was like,
Aw.
oh.
I think I called Paleo a bitch when I first saw him.
Yeah, you did, right in front of your dad.
Wow.
Paleo, you son of a
Did you call him a
bitch? How
bitch
you
or did
doing?
you say my bitch?
Oh my god. That's right, your dad went to BronyCon with you, didn't he?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
You're like
What?
Nathan.
I was just a wee babe of 20.
I was younger than you and I didn't go with my mom, my dad.
Damn.
I am having a go at you.
Well, my dad and I enjoyed ourselves, and I got to call Paleo bitch. It was time.
Time well
Okay,
spent.
this is my dad. Dad, this is a bitch.
Back when the Living Tombstone was a Brony musician and not as big as he is now.
Oh, Tomb. He was supposed to be on that Brony's Rack panel. And then he told me the night before, he's like, there's no way I'm going to wake up for it. And I'm like, that's okay. It was like a 10 a.m. panel, and I think the concert ended at like 2:30 in the morning. It was
What year was that?
2013.
2012.
No.
The 2013 for the Tombstone one.
For the, yeah. For the,
I was talking about 2012.
I know.
When, me and Saber-
Yeah, I know you. I know
There was
you.
definitely a year where like he was supposed to play on Friday night, and then they ran out of time, and they were like, "Oh yeah, so like Tombstone and like I want to say like Alex S and like somebody else, they were supposed to play tonight, but they're gonna play tomorrow because we have to close up shop." And I was like, "Are you kidding me? I stood here the entire concert because those are the people I wanted to hear."
That
Right.
might have been 2013 because
Yeah, that might have been it.
But it's weird, like that. Oh, you know what? That probably was because 2013, throwback here, was the year that on Friday night everyone was jumping so much that it actually
Yep.
broke. It started
Yeah.
breaking
That was the one. Yep.
the speakers, the supports to the speakers. Because there was so much bounce, because technically it's like
and
2
the
stories
top
up.
floor was bending.
Yeah, and they're like, we need to like structurally check this room
Yep.
So yeah, everyone was chanting "Don't jump" and not jumping while chanting it. It was
Don't Jump Con was 2013? Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
It was that long ago?
That's when
Oh,
I forget if that was
I thought it was at least 2015.
that was the
Jesus.
last year.
No,
well,
2013 was the last year they had the
concert
see.
upstairs.
yeah.
Wouldn't that have been the only year? Because 2012 was in.
It was the only year. Yeah.
Sarcophagus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yep. Good
I still
times.
miss the big. Yeah.
And you can
I
see
like
a lot
that
of.
setup a lot better though.
Well, I
Yeah.
always enjoy looking back though, because at the vlogs, like, obviously, like, I'm still figuring out things like as they're happening. So you hear me go like, yeah, apparently something happened in the main hall last night where like things broke. I don't know, but here we go. So, yeah.
Yeah, I like the main hall being up there because whenever you go to the big panels, it feels like you're ascending.
It's nice.
I don't know.
Yeah.
You're ascending.
I
I'm
do
walking
too.
up to the. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
getting up
Good
to the
spot for
escalators.
the main panels. I don't know. I feel like that was a better spot for the main panels, but like you
Yeah.
could just have moved the concert downstairs, but kept the main room up there.
I
Still.
think
Right.
they did that though the next year. I think,
Yeah.
Oh, maybe they did. I don't know. I
in
don't
fact, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think that's what happened.
Wasn't last
You
year
can
the
look at your vlog and find out.
I'm getting there. It'll take me a while though because I'm watching a lot. But
That
yeah,
room hasn't been the main panel room in a while.
yeah, I miss it. I do like that room. I remember walking in there the first time and just being in awe about how big that room was. It was amazing. Well, Sarah,
Yeah.
what direction do you want to head in next? Do you want to get debatey? Not debatey, but conversation-y? Let's do it.
Sure, I guess so.
Now's the time.
All right. Well, this was one thing that Race requested that we talk about on this in my
Because
podcast.
it's so interesting to me.
It's all right. So basically, does Soldier 76 is gay?
What?
Does Bruno Mars is gay?
Yeah. So basically, Overwatch released a short story that included Ana and Soldier 76, and it was revealed in that short story that Soldier 76 once had a boyfriend and it apparently identifies as gay. So yeah,
Wow.
and that's sparked a little bit of, I guess, controversy in the
To
Overwatch
quote
fandom.
somebody that I once knew very well, gay people don't, or no, I don't believe in gay people.
Yeah, we had a associate a long time ago that we knew
I was like, you don't believe in
That-
gay people?
said, I don't believe in gay people.
Like, what part of them do you not
my
believe
God.
in?
And
Like the fact that they're gay, or just that they exist in general?
So what here?
Okay, so-
since you wanted to talk about
Well,
this
so
much,
what's interesting here, and I think this is where the bigger debate is. It's not the fact that Soldier's gay, but I think it's how characters these days are popping up as announced as gay characters, and I think that's where most people were debating this. I don't like if Overwatch, I think, revealed a new character tomorrow, and that character was like, I'm gay. Which I'll counter what I'm saying now, but I think that's where, compared to having a character who exists and then calling them gay, there's kind of like three spectrums to it. There's kind of having your established as gay from the get-go. We learned during the story, which technically you could say Soldier during the story is gay. Or you have J.K. Rowling who says, yeah, 15 years ago when I wrote that book,
Dumbledore was gay the whole
Dumbledore
time.
was so gay. So I feel like this is kind of in the middle where, like, technically you could say that, I guess, like the lore or story.
I
is
mean,
still being
Overwatch
written.
in general, the way they present their lore, they have a disadvantage as far as like how they present the lore and like how filled out it is as far as each character goes. I will concede that is a thing that it has working against it when it comes to these sort of announcements or reveals or whatever. But I don't know. I'm when I heard that Soldier 76 was gay, I'm just like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Just
I saw it and I kind of just went, Okay.
I want to know why the Barnes and Noble that Saber and I went to didn't have the Diva and Reinhardt Lego Overwatch set that I wanted.
This has nothing to do with what we're talking about.
It's Overwatch related.
Paleo's like, well, while we're pissed off.
I am on the other side of the spectrum where I understand why people were a little taken aback by when he was announced as gay. Like as Sarah mentioned, when it's just kind of like the race, as you mentioned, is that second part of the spectrum when they're just kind of announced.
Yeah.
There's like no way to argue this without making me sound like a dick. So I guess I just sound like a dick. But the reason why
I don't think you sound like a dick. It's like it's weird because sometimes it comes across as being gimmicky, where it's like, hey, we're not getting a lot of media attention, but if we were to say that one of our characters is gay, everyone's going to talk about it, so then we'll get more like traffic going through. That is a thing that happens.
Yeah.
That's my viewpoint on it.
The timing too, with Blizzard having a lot of issues recently.
Right. It's just
like divert attention, I guess.
I feel like I'm going to say disingenuous like 6 times while explaining this. But yeah, that's the word. I don't know. It's just like from a company standpoint, it seems like they wanted more traction. So they're like, let's make one of our characters gay. The LGBT would eat that up. And I don't know, just like to me, it just feels wrong and so insincere.
Yeah.
Like in my gut. Like I am all for representation of LGBT people, but like, unfortunately, because of that disadvantage that Overwatch has, where it doesn't like, it's not like a constant stream of lore when they just like throw it out like he's gay. I'm like, but this character has existed for 3 years, and you can say what you want about whether people perceive characters as straight or not, but I would say like a large majority of people.
The nerve of Blizzard, though, to be like.
People to be straight until proven otherwise.
Until proven guilty.
I hate saying that too, but that's like kind of the reality of it, though.
Well, they're throwing around like, oh, soldier's gay, and it's like, it's lore. I'm like, for what? Your fucking multiplayer game that has no campaign at all? So like, your world building for something that has no.
I was upset in the beginning when Overwatch came out that there was no campaign. I was like, really? Oh.
Well, it's the Corpse of Titan, their failed project. Yeah. So, yeah, it's a publicity stunt. I'm sorry, that's all I see it as. Like, if you find representation with it, then it's cool. I'm a straight white guy, so I got plenty of that shit. So I don't want to sound like dismissive of that, but
you're literally the devil.
I am. I'm also a Christian.
Oh my God.
But real talk though, like I guess what bothers me is like I do believe in representation, but this feels so much more like we gotta make some money kind of approach. And like you said, Blizzard's not really in a good spot right now because they're tanking Heroes of the Storm. Hearthstone is bleeding. I think they're trying to make some money. So
you're absolutely right, and like representation is extremely important, but it's that like decent representation is extremely important, and like organic real representation, because like even like outside of like the LGBT community, like any other thing that could be represented as like what's considered a minority group, like if it's race or mental health or anything, a lot of those things are very poorly represented in like movies or games or whatever. And if they're poorly represented, that doesn't count as you representing that group. That's just like you throwing in a token minority. And it's like, if you are going to actually take the time to like responsibly and respectfully represent this group, then that's awesome.
Well,
that's important.
You need a story to back it up, which
that's the thing, right? So another part that came with this discussion is like, how would Overwatch do this? Because they don't have that like constant lore happening. It's just like bits and pieces here. And I was like, that is a good point. It's hard, like.
It's like their backs are against the wall, no matter what they do in that situation.
Yeah,
well, to be fair, themselves in that corner.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I feel I would like to believe that they're being genuine I don't know if that is the truth of it, but like I don't know.
I mean,
I'm always of the belief that I don't know. It might be changing, but I feel like it's easier for companies to just be like not say anything about any character's sexuality otherwise, and I don't know.
Like
even in that situation, though, then the people won't get the representation. Also, it's shitty from all sides, right?
Yeah, it's a weird situation, for sure.
Well, you're also talking about a company that really, like, I'm not trying to be mean, but a lot of the characters that they've designed and put into their games the longest time scream of masculine design.
Oh, absolutely.
As in, like, the guys, it's a bunch of dudes who are drawing it up, and it's almost like their own fantasies. Now, I think they're a lot better today than what they were in the past, and I'm not saying that, because there are some people who are like, I enjoy that, both guys and girls, it's fine. But, like, for fuck's sake, Kerrigan is an alien biological queen with high heels that are like actually in her jeans. So like, come on.
Yeah.
Like I'm kind of. And you look at World of Warcraft. You look at StarCraft. You got, these big giant men with massive arms and shoulder pads, and it's like, yeah, we're great, and we're tough. And it's, I'm the sexy elf girl with the midriff. And
oh my god, you're not wrong. How did I never notice?
I'm not.
Yeah.
Blizzard's not very good at that. So
Yeah,
they're getting a little bit better.
That's been a problem in the gaming industry for a very long time. And
I think
I'm not saying you can't enjoy having sexy characters, because there are girls who are like, I like sexy night elves. And I'm like, you do you. That's great.
Yeah.
It's nice to have
diversity.
like
Yeah,
a little diversity, but also have it back. Again, Overwatch doesn't have a story, so this doesn't seem organic. We're being told that he's gay. It's like, oh, okay, cool.
Well, we're not necessarily being told. Well, I mean, if you didn't read the actual short story, then yeah, you got told by the dude who writes the lore for the game to be like, hey, yeah, that he identifies as gay. But I mean, I read a good chunk of that short story, and it's just like, oh,
Wait, was it about Soldier being gay?
It focuses on Ana and Soldier, and there's a bit in there where there's a photo of a young Soldier and a man named Victor, and both Ana and him talk about, how things went differently with Victor, and like how Victor, he's apparently married and happy now, and like Soldier kind of made a comment where like, oh yeah, I was always really dedicated to my job, and I didn't have much to offer for him at the time.
Interesting.
Whatever.
I can see Soldier being more bisexual for that.
Well, Sarah, do you think, because you read the short story, right?
Yeah.
So like, I think we should all defer then to your, I guess, judgment, because I don't think any of us has read this short story. But do you think it felt like organic and like not forced?
Well, it's weird because like, it was kind of like promoted as a bit of Ana backstory. So then, she's in the forefront, but then also we get this little tidbit about Soldier, because they do both star in it together, but I think it was a little odd that it, like, apparently, like, with the marketing of it, it focused a little more on it. But I don't know. I felt it was fine. Like, it just, like, it was just, like, a bit of Soldier reminiscing or something like that. But yeah, if for anybody who didn't like read it and all just heard the stuff on the webs, it's I would compare it to Tracer's reveal in the comics, and it felt like that to me, at least.
Wait, Tracer likes guys too?
No, Tracer's gay. She's lesbian.
I don't think she does.
Dude, I'm sorry. Just North Brony said something a while ago, and I was just thinking, like, yeah, I've seen gay people have representation and lesbian people have representation. How much bisexual representation is there? I feel like I can't even think of one character in anything.
I mean, like, Deadpool's pansexual. God, there's not a lot to, like, immediately think of.
Yeah, sorry, what was the question?
Oh, can you think of one character that's been represented, like, for the bisexual?
As a bisexual?
I can't
they don't exist.
I don't know. Actually, you know what? I think
Yeah.
Wonder Woman.
Call us out.
I'm pretty sure Wonder Woman was confirmed to be bisexual.
Is she? Okay.
And I mean, Harley and Ivy, I can't remember exactly what their situation is, but
I feel like Harley is probably at least bisexual
Yeah.
because she definitely has a thing for the Joker, and definitely has a thing for
Do you like the words there?
what?
Cora, yeah, I guess.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, I guess.
Check those, Sarah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Sorry, race is distracting me.
Not to change the subject. A very interesting thing because it as we discussed and heard throughout this is that sometimes it doesn't feel like there's a right answer to this.
Yeah. That's basically what it's at.
But I'll say to complement this conversation, Sarah and I went to the movies last night.
Yeah.
And I'm posting a tweet right now. And it's going.
I'm a retweeted on Sam.
And it is officially posted. And it is an image on my on my Twitter.
Do I not follow you?
You don't follow me? Wow, rude. Where I'm looking at this billboard for the Sonic movie, and it's literally showing us what it's like to be Sonic's crotch.
Yeah.
Okay. No, literally when we were in the movie theater, I saw this thing, and I literally stood in front of it and said, "What the fuck?" like 15 times. I'm just like, what the fuck?
And the way his right leg, the direction of his thigh, indicates he has a very large hip.
Yeah.
Those are birthing hips right there.
They broke the model in order to take this picture. I don't know.
They broke off his legs and
it's just so bad. Why? How did this happen? Who let this happen? Like, his fucking knobby knees, like his human legs are just fucking disturbing.
Sarah, it's from the people who brought you the Fast and the Furious. We're in good hands.
Hey, I mean, just look at the image. Look at the bottom left. Sonic was here. That is.
Yeah. I never noticed he has a little ring on his shoelace.
How is was spelled? Is it
W-U-Z.
W-U-Z.
All right, I'm out. This is bullshit. This whole movie
Shit.
is garbage.
Oh, you have to see it. It's a train wreck.
He actually saved time by writing "was" as 3 letters instead of 3 letters. So I mean, there is that.
Just gotta be hip.
Gotta
go
capital A does take more time to write, I would say,
than a lowercase
U.
Don't even start with me.
Capital letters take a long time to write, man.
Oh man.
So I forgot to post that yesterday, and something all of a sudden just re-jogged my memory of that. Anything else anyone wants to say though on the LGBT?
It was because the reason you thought of that is because Sonic is a canonically bisexual character.
Is he actually?
Well, he does hang out with males a lot.
I'd believe it.
Although
I thought Tails was a girl.
You thought Tails was a girl?
I don't know what to tell you.
I don't know what to tells you.
Oh my god.
Wow.
All right. Wow. All right. Shall we move on?
Yeah.
I guess this came out today, another bit of controversial news.
Oh, good.
Apparently Lasseter has been hired by another animation company.
Go, John! Oh, wait, we're not rooting for him, are we?
No. And everybody's reaction basically is just like, what? What are you doing?
Sarah, was that your Steve Harvey impression?
You're a what? You're a what? You're a what?
But yeah, apparently Skydance Studios or something hired Lasseter as a high up dude. So that's a thing. And
whoops. I mean, it's interesting because like when we discussed this earlier, I'm like, it's one of those things where you're comparing what's on paper to, I guess, everything else.
Yeah.
On paper, I'm sure that they got him at probably a decent price. And they were like, wow, this is so good for our company. Everyone's going to be so happy.
Everybody's going to love this.
Oh, these guys did Annihilation.
Are they?
Now,
Yeah, they did.
here's
And they did, Mission Impossible
was
Fallout.
fucking
Here's the
good.
reality of
They
it.
also did the movie Baywatch and Geostorm.
Oh,
Oh,
good
Jesus.
movies.
Those movies all have so much in common.
I watched Geostorm, I think 2 months ago, and I honestly can't remember anything except that it was called
Yeah.
Geostorm.
They also did like the new Star Trek movies and World War Z.
So they have an
Interesting.
interesting scope.
Where'd the chat go?
World War
What do
Z
you
mean? Oh, there it is.
2?
There it is.
How?
Yeah,
So,
there's gonna be a sequel.
so
No.
I guess to me, where this is interesting is you're going to have people that will say, I will not watch anything that, Lasseter's gonna touch from this company. Who knows what it is gonna be. The reality is there's also gonna be a whole bunch of people that just aren't paying attention or don't care.
Mhm.
And I mean, if there's something of quality that's made and people are like, wow, how great was that? It has the potential of making money. So on a business side, it's like, well, this could make sense. But I'd be curious how just in general employees feel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's probably not great.
Well, here's a question.
Yes.
Correct me if I'm wrong. John Lasseter, was it just was it just a few people who reported him sexual harassing, or did he ever go to court, or is there I'm not trying. I'm
It
trying to
didn't
be
go to
as
court.
completely.
I know it didn't go
I'm
to
trying
court.
to be as completely unbiased as possible,
Which is
here,
fair.
'cause I just want to know if this was because in the day and age of information just
Right.
going out there at lightning speed, you never know if something was was fabricated. Which I'm not saying that's the case for John. I'm just curious to see what at the end of the day what happened from that.
My recollection, and Sarah's looking it up right now, my recollection was there were enough people that made similar claims that Disney had to take action. I don't. It's one of those things where I feel like it wasn't. Oh God, I don't even know if this makes sense. But I feel like what he was doing wasn't court worthy. In the sense of it's I think he was just making a ton of people really uncomfortable. I forget. I'm trying. Sarah's looking it up right now.
Yeah. This
Sexual
might not-
harassment isn't the same as sexual assault. And
Let's see.
I don't. I Sarah's looking it up.
Yeah, sorry, I'm trying to.
But yeah. So on your point, Saber, I agree that if it in these kind of scenarios, you still you don't want to just blindly assume that this is another touchy subject, but you want to be careful with. You don't want mob mentality with these kind of things.
No, I agree. Because for John and moving forward, I mean, I thought he would just retire, but he is still pretty young in the grand scheme of things. He look at compared to Miyamoto, who's still going at 78.
What a
God.
Yeah. But I'm just saying that
He's an angry god.
yeah, he's
An angry god.
but
We could be gods. Angry gods.
The sequel to Angry Birds.
Be a god.
I don't think
that
there's
studio,
any
that
hard.
studio. That's the first time they've actually that's a new animation branch was open for them, and I guess at the end of the day, it's up to the individual to vote with their wallet, because that's the only thing that's really going to get actual change to happen. If the studio's like, shit, we're getting bad publicity because of John Lasseter, we're losing money, versus this guy's a genius, let's get him right now so we make some money.
There's
yeah.
not a hard number as far as how many women were affected / came forward, but a lot of the articles that I'm peeking at right now kind of insinuate that most, if not all, women that worked at Pixar kind of were in general all uncomfortable, and also warning each other hey.
Now, what was he doing? Because I remember the big thing was oh, he would hug me.
Yeah, here's a passage. Sources say some women at Pixar knew to turn their heads quickly when encountering him to avoid his kisses. Some used a move they called the Lasseter to prevent their boss from putting his hands on their legs. So
we
he
call
would
this one the Lasseter.
He would invade their personal space in a very
He was touchy,
uncomfortable sort of.
You know, the sad thing is you know that he's probably like so innocent-minded and just loves to just be like, hi. And here he got in trouble for making every single woman in Pixar uncomfortable.
Yeah.
He's like, what have I done? Yeah. I mean, I just, in these situations, though, I also hope, like, it is John Lasseter, so I'm sure people are like, who do we even go to about this?
Yeah.
But, I mean, that's the problem, is that
I was going to say, with what Saber said about voting with your wallet, like, I mean, that's what Netflix realized when the whole, all the Kevin Spacey stuff came out. They're like, oh shit, we got to get him off of House of Cards quick.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, and they did.
Yeah.
Didn't Kevin Spacey, like, a week or two ago release a video?
Yeah, that was weird.
Like,
Oh,
like,
I didn't hear about this.
He was, like, acting as, like, an actor or something. I don't know. It was, like, doing something.
Yeah, he was acting as his character in House of Cards on a YouTube video. It was really weird.
Well, it's like they say that, like, one of the things in Hollywood or politics that will get you, if you diddle kids, you're most likely fucking done for.
Yeah.
So,
I hope so.
you know, throw them in jail.
Why?
So, I guess we should probably move on to topics since it's 7:15.
Yeah. So what's okay? So
do we want to talk about the Golden Globes just a little bit, at least?
Golden Globes,
as far as like,
sure.
I mean, Spider-Verse. We talked about this a little bit last podcast, and
that Wreck-It Ralph breaks the internet got robbed again.
No, I did not deserve to win. So Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse won Best Motion Picture Animated. And congratulations for it. I am very happy at this win because hopefully it will, inspire more creators to take creative risks like Spider-Verse was, and because it was fucking cool. Like, I want more movies like it. It's so
very
good.
different type, like animation-wise. It opened another door. Yeah, and it's just like whoa.
Yeah, it had good competition. It had Isle of Dogs.
Who do you guys think will win though? Best animated movie at the Oscars.
At the Oscars.
Do you think it's going to be a Pixar situation, a Disney situation?
I really feel like it'll be Spider-Verse. That's my genuine.
I really hope it's Spider-Verse.
Yeah. I hope it's Spider-Verse, but the Academy is so dumb they'll give it to Incredibles 2.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the Academy. That's what they're gonna pick.
Yeah, I mean, compared to its competition,
Zootopia did beat Finding Dory. I mean,
well, that's because Finding Dory was not that great of a movie. I mean, it was an okay movie. No, it's an okay movie, but like Zootopia was quite a bit better.
Yeah, I think Spider-Verse will win at the end.
Did anyone notice that Black Griffin was the one who said thanks a lot? By the way,
yeah, I did.
I literally I was like, wait, who cared that much?
Fuck?
Oh,
yeah,
Gabe, we loved Becky.
We loved
course
Becky.
you did.
Becky's the best part of the movie.
Yes.
Thanks. I practiced a lot.
Black Griffin, ladies and gentlemen, how are you?
Hi. Oh my gosh, my lower back hurts, but I'm good otherwise.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna say your butt.
Yeah,
my lower butt hurts.
Your lower butt. How was New Year's for you?
Oh, it was crazy with lots of. Wow, you're right. We haven't been back since before all that. It was crazy. There was lots of people here. Too many people, but it was fun.
Nice. And then any New Year's resolutions for you?
I'm not very good at those. I never really can think of anything realistic.
Well, that's what happens when you're perfect.
People have to try and help me think of something. No, I'm not. There's too many things to fix. That's the problem. No, people should help me come up with New Year's resolutions.
Oh, well, we'll get on that. Nora pointed out, by the way, that Finding Dory wasn't even nominated for the Oscars. So I forgot about that.
That's because I was in it.
We found out.
Wait, who is this guy? A YouTuber?
They're like, well, you had a fighting chance, but This is all gonna go down the tubes, unfortunately.
Yeah. And we haven't even discussed the brony element yet.
No. We avoid that.
The brony element sounds like the name of something.
Oh,
Doesn't it?
we should call our podcast the Brony Element.
The element of brony.
Mm.
It could just be a shiny. What? What's
Cucumber.
what symbolizes bronies the best? Fanfic.
a
Shiny
shiny?
fan. No, I'm just trying to think. Like, if the elements of harmony, if brony was one of them, what would it look like?
A fedora.
Yes!
Boy.
Crystal fedora.
My pony.
Oh, that's good.
My
pony. My filly.
Oh god.
So Sarah, there were a couple other things on here
Yeah.
that you wanted to
There
talk about.
were quick. We probably want to get through them quick.
Who
since
got
it's
the
so-
best picture in Golden
Best
Globes? I'm just
picture
curious.
in general.
Do you even know?
Uh,
Oh, Bohemian Rhapsody. Look at that.
Drama
Oh,
section. Yeah, it's.
man, there's a lot of movies I haven't seen. But there are movies I have seen. I don't know if we're ready to talk about some of these, like Mary Poppins.
Mary Poppins Returns.
Oh yeah, was that good?
I enjoyed
I liked
it.
What movie?
Mary,
Mary
Poppins,
Poppins.
Returns.
Mary Poppins Returns.
It was fun.
And looks different.
It was a fun time. I'm very biased because Lin-Manuel Miranda is in it, and everything that he touches, I'm in love with. So, you know,
So you don't like it?
I loved it so goddamn much.
I mean, but to be, I always give credit to people that will first start with, "Hey, I was gonna love this no matter how bad it was gonna be." But yeah, it was interesting. She hasn't aged, but she has changed actresses.
She's magic.
To be honest, the biggest thing I think I was surprised about, and should we put a spoiler screen up?
Yeah, let's
We're gonna
do
put a
that.
spoiler screen up. So the way this works for anyone that's new, if you don't want to hear any spoilers about Mary Poppins, is you're gonna see.
What is it?
Are you gonna
gotta
spell it,
change it, yeah.
how we talk?
Yeah.
I should mute you guys then, because I don't want to. I'll just wait for the spoiler screen to go away, because I want to be surprised too.
do that.
Smallfoot and Les Mis.
Goodbye.
That's not. She's
I
fixing
muted
it.
you, but you can still hear me. I'm just gonna keep
How is
talking.
Mary spelled? Is it M-E?
That works.
Okay.
That works. So instead of Mary Poppins, it says Mary Pippins, because we realized, oh my God, Mary and Pippin.
I
Mary
can't remember how to
Pippins.
spell Mary's name correctly though.
It's just
Mary and Pippin.
like, has anyone made that connection? Mary Pippins?
Oh, I get it.
Like, holy
Like,
crap.
Lord of
Okay,
the
yeah, I
Rings.
spelled
Yeah.
it right. Okay.
So, anyways, those that are freaking out about spoilers right now, when the screen goes away, we won't be discussing spoilers anymore.
Yeah.
That being said, when I saw something else in the chat. When shoot, now I forgot what I was going to say.
Yeah.
You just hold your horses there, girl.
What?
No, as in me. I was talking to
Okay.
myself. So, yeah, Mary Poppins was fun.
Yeah, it's
I remember what I was going to say.
a sequel.
So with all the other like cameos that did happen,
Yeah.
I was really surprised that the OG Mary Poppins didn't make an appearance.
Yeah. Apparently she was asked but declined.
I think a lot of people are going to just assume that the old lady at the end is
Yeah, no, it's Angela
Yeah,
fucking
but I was like, oh,
Lansbury.
it's just-
It's Angela Lansbury.
right. I actually had a thought during the
No,
movie.
like the group next to us when we went to go see this movie, like gasped so loud when they saw Angela Lansbury, and I'm pretty sure they were 100% convinced that was supposed to be
Mary Poppins looks so old.
They don't even look similar.
No, they're
Yeah,
not
I
even
know,
close. But yeah, like it's weird. During the movie, I actually had a moment where I started thinking of Bed Knobs and Broomsticks.
Yeah.
I'm like, see, that was a fun movie. And then she showed up, and I was like, wow, that's kind of random.
fanfics.
Yeah. But yeah, like that part felt like it was literally written for Julie Andrews to play, and like, the pass off,
Why'd
the
she
handover.
refuse?
She
I don't know,
claims
like she claims that she wanted to give Emily her
spotlight, but I call BS.
I don't know, like,
I'm
it's-
like, what? What do you mean? Like, just making a cameo. Well, making a cameo is not going to make people be like,
Oh, fuck you, Emily.
wow, Emily Blunt sucks. This movie was saved by Julie Andrews' 3 minutes of appearance.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I'm like, I thought it would have been real cool if she did make an appearance. I cannot believe how still good Dick Van Dyke can dance.
Yeah.
It is
Right?
Yeah.
stupidly ridiculous.
I mean,
How old is he?
Same. I don't know.
Is he like in his 90s?
let me look it up.
There's no way he can dance in his 90s.
He's probably like 55. And
Well,
I'm
I
like,
mean,
wow.
I think it's
93!
He's
He's 93 years old.
Jesus.
yeah.
He's
when
amazing.
When you're a dancer, you get really fit, and I don't know, like my mom used to be a professional dancer, and she's doing pretty well for herself. She still dances very well.
I'm gonna Saber.
And
we
she's
should start dancing.
66.
No, yeah, it's too late for us, dude.
No, it's not.
I was reading an article, not article, but some Reddit post about how it's like a shower thoughts, where it's like, man, if I make it to like 100 years old, you can start making up bullshit reasons of like why you made it. Like, yeah, I drink a Dr. Pepper 5 times a day, and it's like you just fuck over like younger generations who have no idea.
We found the secret.
Like that one soldier who's like, I drink a whiskey and smoke a cigar every single day, and it's like because there's that one, I think World War II that he's. Yeah, I don't think so, dude.
Yeah.
Well, I think about doing
Yeah.
it.
Well, there's so for Mary Poppins Returns, there's a lot of parallels to the movie where, like, every kind of segment in the movie is based on a segment that what happened in the original, where like there's a scene where they there's an animated sequence.
I love
where
the
they go
animated
into.
sequence.
I fucking loved it. It's so good.
Yeah, it's great.
It looks so nice, and
I
I
really
love
the costumes in the animated sequence.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I couldn't tell you what the song was
There's
about. but-
meeting one of Mary Poppins' relatives. There's a scene where there's the step in time, except it's triple light fantastic.
Yep.
They did not. They tried very hard.
my
But they did
biggest-
not. They can never top step in time.
Oh no, they'll never top step in
No.
time.
You know what my biggest gripe about that whole sequence was? Because I was really enjoying it.
Yeah.
But I actually felt like they over-edited it.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, just let me see what's happening.
Yeah. The beauty
And
of the original
They were like, all right,
was that it was a very
Huge-
like a lot of very long takes.
choreography and everything. Like,
Yes.
and I get the feeling they did a similar thing here, but they're like, all right, what we're gonna
But
do
we gotta
is
cut to Lin-Manuel's face.
every 3 seconds we'll go back to a close up of Lin-Manuel. All right, someone's starting to do a backflip. Lin-Manuel. All right, they finished the backflip. Back to Lin-Manuel. Okay.
Whoa, that guy's doing a motorcycle flip. Wait, no, we gotta go back to Lin-Manuel.
we're past our prime. So yeah.
I really like how
I'm
in
in
the
real life.
I really like how in the animated sequence like since they're in like a bowl,
Yeah,
like sometimes it like
Awesome.
goes into these different like angles.
yeah, it's so
It was
cool.
really neat.
It's so neat. It's so cool. And I enjoyed the movie. A lot of people were given they were griping about the music being like, oh, it's not as catchy as the old stuff. And I'm like, yeah, I mean, but I will give credit to the person that wrote the music, because I actually was very surprised that one of the original, the Sherman brother that is still with us did not seem to help in any way with this movie, but I felt like the music had that same sort of
Charm.
feeling and charm.
You made a good point actually after the movie.
Yeah,
you made a point that a lot of catchy songs that we are like, oh man, this isn't near as good and catchy as the originals.
Yeah,
but those are very
they're very simple
songs.
and they repeat. And I'm pretty sure, like, any Mary Poppins song, unless you're like a super fan and you know all the words, I'm pretty sure you only know
the chorus.
The chorus of each song. Like,
Yeah.
spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down. You don't know any other lyrics other than that.
Tell me another. Tell me an extra line from Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Even
That was
from the
impressive
sound
that
of
you
it.
could even
One
do that.
example. Yes. Last night
did
I
you
said it
actually
to
say
my girl,
super-
and now my girl's my wife. And what a lovely thing she is.
Did you actually say supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, or did you like say some other thing?
No, I think I said it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay. It's just like you just didn't come in for the first like syllable. So I was
Apollistic.
so confused. So I thought you were like, I can't even do it. Koopa Salakaja is like something ridiculous. I was like, that was impressive that you could even do that. Jeez.
Yeah, I enjoyed Mary.
I
Poppins.
like the ending song they had.
Mhm.
Nowhere to Go But Up.
Yeah.
Oh, so
Yeah.
nice.
Except the fact that, like, I have issues with the idea of enjoying grabbing a balloon and flying 50 feet in the air. I'm like,
How do I get down?
yeah, I'm like, there's a health concern here. But yeah, no, it was fun.
Oh yeah, I was they mentioned like Mary Poppins was waiting for a door to open.
Yep.
And since I've been playing Kingdom Hearts, I've just been like, oh, she's going to another Kingdom Hearts world.
Oh, don't think about Disney in terms of Kingdom Hearts. It's rough.
Is there anything else anyone wants to say about Mary Pippins? Okay. Did we discuss Spider-Verse before, by the way?
I think we
Spider-Verse?
I think we did like a general non-spoilery sort of discussion of Spider-Verse.
Well, do you want to
Last.
put a spoiler tag up for that real quick and
Sure.
see if anyone has anything to say? Has everyone here seen it at this point?
Yes.
Didn't you all go and see it, like when you were together?
Yes.
So what the hell?
I don't know. Sorry.
What did you type?
I mistyped.
I heard Gabe say something in the background.
Oh, Gabe may not have seen it.
Are people gonna know Spider Pig means?
Okay,
Has
fine.
Gabe even seen the My Little Pony movie yet?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, he was in the react. He waited.
I know, but for the last time I remember, like
You guys done
Last-
spoilering yet?
Hey, Gabe, are you here?
Spoil the spider.
I did. Yeah, it
We're-
still says spoilers.
Well, now we're talking about Spider Verse.
Oh, well, I've seen
Or
that one.
Spider Verses,
Oh, yeah?
as Sarah typed.
Nice.
Well, I thought we were
That
going along
movie
the
was
theme of
freaking
weird...
awesome.
So good.
All right.
Oh my god!
So
I loved it.
again,
I loved everything about it.
so yeah. Who was your favorite Spider?
When?
Probably the one played by Nick from New Girl. He was hilarious.
Definitely Spider Noir, by far and away.
Oh, Spider Noir was awesome, but Nicolas Cage, you know.
I love
Yeah.
Nick Cage.
My favorite line from him was, "Sometimes I light a match and let it burn all the way down to my
I
fingers
love
just so I
it.
can feel something."
Oh.
Yeah.
I like Penny Parker.
Yeah. They're
Oh,
also
yes.
You
very
mean
good.
Diva?
Yeah.
They're all very good.
No, she was awesome. She was very awesome. I was actually really, I don't know why I was surprised because I saw the trailer, but I was surprised that the Spider-Man died. The Spider-Man in his universe died.
You know, funny
Yeah.
story. At the end of there was a movie that just came out. I think it was Venom. At the end of Venom, they had a sequence of this movie at the end, and they show what's his name? I'm forgetting the new Spider-Man kid. What's his name?
Miles?
Miles
Dimitri. Yeah, Miles. It literally starts with him looking at the grave, and
Whoa.
I also completely forgot by the time we got to this movie. I was like, whoa, oh yeah.
Yeah, well, I thought it was just one of those, superhero deaths. He's not really dead kind of thing. What I did think was interesting, though, is that the radioactive spider bit Miles preemptively. It was like, he's going to die. It was almost as if the spider or the universe knew the future. It's like, there has to be a Spider-Man in this universe. This Spider-Man's about to die, so let's make a new one. Like, that's how it felt.
Yeah.
Then there were certain scenes that I don't know that hit me for some reason. Like I always forget the Spider-Man's names. I guess they're all Peter Parker. But the first
Peter Parker.
the older Spider-Man, the one played by Nick from New Girl, he just seemed kind of like a screw up and kind of dumb until he's like teaching Miles. He's like, "No, we can't let you do this. You're gonna die. If you want to do it, then stop me. Fight me right now." And then you actually see that despite his sloppiness and his kind of giving up on life type attitude, he still is really skilled.
This movie,
and he does the whole.
This movie
Yeah.
was
Sinks
a
into his chair.
reverse Logan.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
it was.
No, it was very good.
Put it on
Very-
backwards.
It was that. And I kind of felt bad for giant suit elephant. Dang it, what was his name?
Like Kingpin?
Kingpin?
Kingpin,
Well,
yeah.
The bad guy.
He actually
Kingpin,
had
yeah.
a pretty sad like backstory of what he was
Yeah,
trying to accomplish.
he just
Yeah.
goes about things very, very wrong.
Yeah, I thought you said Cupid. I was like, I don't think it was Cupid.
It was pretty effective because like I started to learn more about Kingpin after watching the Daredevil series.
Yes,
'cause
I
learned about
remember.
like, oh yeah, like his wife Vanessa and like all that. So yeah, Kingpin has a pretty
You
complicated
mean
backstory.
Boss Baby?
Yeah, level 100 boss.
Well, no, that's actually
mafia works.
It was interesting though because they didn't like have the My Little Pony redemption at the end. It's like Kingpin is a bad guy. He was a bad.
Yeah.
His
He's
bad
a villain.
behavior is actually what got his wife and son killed.
Yeah.
So, you know, he kind of. I mean,
He does it to
it's a shame
himself.
that had to
Yeah.
happen. But
Yeah. Yep.
I liked the scene where he stood up and the whole window said "Look out," but it was dead silent.
Yeah.
And they were like
Yeah.
showing his Spidey sense was like comic book writing on the
Yeah.
screen. That was so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's every single shot in the movie can be just a comic page.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely. My favorite sequence was when they were running from Doc Ock.
I love Doc
And-
Ock in this movie. It's so
Nah,
good.
she
He was
so good.
terrifying.
Oh great, it's Liv.
I like how Sweatpants Peter Parker decided to put the old moves on her, and I was like, God, this guy's such a chump. I love it. Or how he
Good
like
news. We don't
in
need the
that
monitor.
universe. He's like, oh, there's still a burger place in this universe. We gotta go to it right now. I'm like, God.
Yeah. No, I loved his attitude. I love the whole good news. We don't need the monitor thing.
I love that joke. Oh
Yeah.
my God.
There's something about Spider-Man that I think a lot of people like missed out on, at least mainstream audiences, is that Spider-Man is a goofball. Like,
Yes, he is. He's
He's
a
full of
mer-
quips. He's rather.
What would I do if I were me?
I love that.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I almost died on that one.
Hopefully,
I saw a meme where is that shot where like Miles is looking at Peter just thinking, and it's like Peter is like the dad trying to fix his car, and then Miles is the kid holding the flashlight.
You know,
Yeah.
I didn't know this, but apparently Kingpin's voice actor is the same guy who was Storm King.
Yeah, he's Storm King.
That's funny.
He had a
Did you guys stick around to the very end of the credits where
Yep.
they did
Yes.
With the 1970s Spider-Man? Oh
Yeah.
my god, yes.
the Yes.
Yeah. That was very good.
I think hopefully we'll get a sequel.
Yeah.
The music
Oh,
is
man,
so
I wish
good. though.
they were already definitely doing a sequel.
I think if it wins the Oscars, I think it should guarantee that we'll definitely get one.
I hope it does. I mean, there were some good movies this year, but it was so fresh.
Nothing comes close to this. Like
Mm,
Incredibles
animation
2
would be
was
nice.
incredibly
You mean in
boring,
terms
Oh, I was so sad about that.
and then Ralph Rex the Internet more like Ralph Rex Disney's winning streak.
and
Oh,
Finding
I
Dory
liked
had
that.
Becky.
Even though he was a bit creepy in it.
Yeah.
You
No,
mean-
well, the thing is,
you know, I'm really clingy, and like I really like you, but not in a weird way.
Oh my gosh, you're so weird.
if only King Candy was in the movie.
Even Jack
the
McBrayer
music-
didn't get much face time.
The music
No, I know.
in Spider-Verse was so dang good.
Oh yeah.
Yes,
Like,
it was.
Usually the credits, the ending credits, usually that kind of music I actually hate. Like, gotta go on! I got an elephant! I got an elephant! That kind of music, I hate it. I hate that kind of music, but I don't know, it was really good.
It had a
Speaking of
good
music-
balance, I think. That was the
Yes.
thing. It wasn't all that. The whole score wasn't that.
Yeah.
You know? So
Right,
it was
yeah.
like it felt triumphant at the end.
Yeah, and I love the beginning score. Like when the movie starts up, it's like it has this like very, I guess, like sort of primal like sound to it.
I just like the part where he thinks he's singing along,
Yeah.
and he's.
Yeah.
I was like,
Oh my
that
gosh,
is
That's
so
what
real.
pretty much everybody does.
Yeah.
Everyone does that.
Yeah.
Wait,
There's
I
a
have a
clip I
question. So the fight scene at the end, first of all, it looks so good.
Yeah.
Second of all, how long would that take to color? I feel like that would take an eternity.
Probably a long time.
You'd have to write a program to do it for you.
Drummer
I'll tell
Shine-
you what I liked. I liked that
God.
that the collider was actually mimicking the detection part of the Large Hadron Collider. Like it looks.
That's what I
and
noticed.
the-
Yeah.
Oh, I noticed that as well. Thank you. Yeah.
I noticed that as well.
Shooting off.
And the dingle hopper also was kind of quadrupling the Sneagle Snapper.
You're joking. All right, hold on a second. I'm gonna post the link and I'll show you. You guys, I'll show you.
We believe you.
Yeah, but you got to see. I mean, it's like
We done know you smart. We know, boy.
Drummer Shy sends a super chat saying King Candy is Thanos.
Is that true?
I'm gonna save half. I don't even know how to do his voice.
King Candy is Thanos?
Yeah.
Do it.
Oh, by the way, if anyone here cares, because I'm a gigantic weeb, I feel the need to tell you guys. When Penny Fucker's robot died, it said in Japanese...
I thought you said penny fucker.
Yeah, I
Yes.
thought
That
that.
is not what I heard.
When Penny Parker's robot died, it said "I love you" in Japanese. I was like, "Oh no!"
I don't understand why people got upset when the robot died because the AI lives on. It's a spider, so
Yeah,
Well,
but
yeah.
she looked sad, so I was sad.
It was a Baymax death.
Right.
Oh yeah, that was a
There's,
movie.
I mean, there's not 100% guarantee that they're gonna like. If there's only one copy of their, which you probably should save a copy of like all the data that comprises the robot. But like, it's just.
Somebody
it can be a
pointed
sad
out.
thing. You get attached to it.
Someone
and
pointed out
Back
it
up.
was her father's robot.
Yeah.
Hadron detect,
Are we losing?
and then maybe if I can post the link in the. There.
Okay. We see
Oh
it.
yeah, that is the thing from Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
You're right.
All right,
Yeah.
we should probably move on to Q&A. We're getting close.
Let's
to
do it. So,
8
Sarah,
o'clock.
how do people Q&A?
How people Q&A is they go onto Twitter and they tweet out their question using the hashtag SPP questions, and I'm gonna drop that in the chat one more time. All that info, questions. Boink.
By the way, somebody I saw mention this. So, as a reminder, if anyone sent questions in the chat
Yeah.
for the Q&A part, send them to the on Twitter with this information.
I accidentally clicked on a different chat and I moved it for a moment. Whoops. No, it's fine.
Oh. But somebody, while we start getting questions coming in, somebody pointed out or asked me about Zootopia.
Yeah.
And I was getting a lot of tweets this week because somebody posted... What?
Mention super chat.
Oh, yeah. Sarah wanted me to mention super chats.
Yeah. There's also a way to send questions.
Yes, you can send us questions through the YouTube chat service on super chats, and we prioritize those because the super chats and they're super nice. Okay, so that being said, this last week a rumor came out. Somebody posted, and I think it's a person who, from what I could tell, prides himself on releasing cartoon news, and basically said like, I have it under good authority and good source that Zootopia
2
sequel
is in the
is
works.
confirmed, and both directors are coming back, and it has a release date, and hooray.
Debunked.
Now, I didn't post about any of this because I will wait.
Yeah. Until
In this scenario,
official
I
stuff.
will
not
wait
what
for
some
Disney
random...
to tell me, not someone on Twitter.
Yeah.
And that's why I didn't respond to anything.
Yeah.
And then it ended up both directors responded to it saying
No, sorry.
no, which of course only made my heart sink. I was like, please be right.
Hey, they could have said no on purpose.
Yeah.
Maybe they want it to be a secret.
A fake art.
Well, I'm sure it was one of those things where they're like, guys.
It's either they generally don't have anything working right now, or they do have something working, but they have to keep it quiet.
They're like, shut up.
Shut up, random person.
This is probably like one of their nephews, and they're like, no, this guy's an idiot. He's way wrong. What did we tell you?
Yeah.
All right. We got,
Right now, we don't know anything like past Frozen 2.
Yeah.
So-
Hope.
I
Got.
thought that was coming up this year.
Yeah, it is.
Oh,
Frozen
sorry,
2 is coming. Frozen 2 is coming out this year, but they haven't announced anything past that.
I thought
Where's
they
Gigantic?
Other than that,
Well-
they're gonna have films for the next like 3 years or whatever.
Gigantic was shelved.
Boo.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really wanted to see that.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, I want to know the answer to the super chat question we
Okay.
just got.
Yeah. From Nora Mermaid to Gabe, sup. Here's my question. What has been your craziest experience with an animal in nature?
That's Nora, you asked the best question. Oh, and thank you for that really sweet tweet that you posted today. That made my day. I was sitting here editing. My
The
butt
one,
hurts. 'Cause I'm
mine about
editing.
Sonic's crotch, you mean?
That's the one.
I knew it'd make you.
Everyone loves it.
Yeah.
Sonic was here. But okay, wait. Why am I scrolling on the wrong thing? Okay, no. The question: craziest animal encounter
Yes.
in nature. In nature. Gosh, that's tough. The only one I can think of right now is when I gave my camera to a monkey, and it took it up into the trees, and then I was filming. I intentionally hit record on the camera. So I went to an island. I'll try not to make the story too long. I went to an island in Malaysia on a canoe. There was a family of monkeys on the island, macaque monkeys, and macaque monkeys.
Macaque?
And they
Yeah, I
were
was gonna
all
say
sitting
macaque.
around a pile of leaves, and they were going through them, and I just squatted down next to the leaves and started going through them too. And at first they ran away, and then eventually they came up to me, and I started like just mimicking their behavior basically, which tends to work. And
Well, I mean,
eventually
that's
they
how
were
you
just
act
all-
normally, right?
Yeah, it wasn't difficult. I just had to get naked, but you know.
Why were you squatting?
Yeah. And so I was just doing what they were doing, like, handing off leaves to them and stuff, and I only heard the squatting part. And then they were taking the things I would hand to them, and they would look at them, and then they'd pass it on. And so I was like, I have this little camera. It was only $100. It would totally be worth potentially losing the camera to get a video filmed by a monkey. So I hit record on the camera, and I gave it to the monkey, and the monkey looked at the camera and looked at me, and then it took off. And all the other monkeys followed it, and I was like, well, crap. And so I chased them along the treetops for about 20 minutes, and they were biting it, and they were whacking it on the branch, and they were
Dude, you're
passing
just
it around.
copying Tarzan right now. This is bullshit.
It's real. I have the
You
video.
carrying a British woman in the process?
And then, well, I think Tarzan copied them. And then they got onto a tree that was had enough low branches that I could climb it, and I climbed up into the tree and just shook the thing as hard as I could. And the monkeys freaked out and threw the camera on the ground, and the camera broke, but the memory card survived, and I have the video.
I gotta go for like 15 to 20 minutes. See y'all at the show's over.
Bye, Hero.
Bye. Anyway, that was my craziest wild animal experience that I can think of right now.
Well, that's one. And you were doing all this naked?
Bite me.
Oh, of course.
What did you say?
I tripped on it a few times, but
Okay. I got that.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Sarah. What kind of cues do we have to
All
A?
right, we got a question from Anime Guy. Out of all the characters in Spider-Verse, if one was given a Netflix cartoon, which one would you like to see?
Penny Parker.
The girl.
Penny Parker anime.
Which girl?
Penny.
Aunt May, of course.
Yeah.
Nice.
Aunt May was very cool in that movie. I very
She
much.
was.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd have to say Peter Porker.
Yeah. Shit.
Like, while I don't know if I'd say he was my favorite character of all of them.
Yeah.
He would definitely, I think, have the most fun series to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was weird that his nostrils acted like eyes.
Yeah.
Right.
I want you to have this. It'll fit in your pocket.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna say Peter Porker.
That's all, folks.
That was so good.
Are we allowed to say that?
Like legally?
Saber and Laura, are y'all there?
Laura's upstairs at the moment.
Oh, okay. Saber, do you have a character from Spider-Verse that you'd want to see a Netflix series of?
That's hard.
Yeah.
I
I mean, honestly, I'd rather just keep seeing them in a cinematic way. But I don't know if I'll see that in the next one because it's like, well, how they're ever going to come back together again like that? I mean, real the most interesting character like in the movie was Sweatpants Spider-Man. I just loved how he's like a washed-up hero. I love that.
I loved him.
Yeah, he's funny. You can see he's at the heart of a hero. Like it's kind of like the old washed-up master who's like, I had my glory days, but they're far behind me. But it's like, but he still has talent, and he can surprise you. And also seeing him at the end with Mary Jane was really heartwarming. It's like, I screwed up. I've learned to get back on my feet. Let's try this again. So he's a very human character, like because the way they also like tell you like, here's my story. It starts off with this, and then you see how it splits off for the different Spider characters.
Yeah, but I love that how they're like, the rest you already know, and then they each tell a different story.
Yeah,
I love that.
And well, you see how the one Spider-Man from Miles' universe had a great life until it was ended. And then how the other Spider-Man with the brown hair had a rough life. And Jack says that is the Spider-Man from the Sam Raimi's movies. So
yes, he is because they made the joke. They actually did the dancing joke with him.
I love that.
I know.
I love that. You can tell that the folks who also made this did their homework. They lived and breathed Spider-Man. And I was so happy at the end with the stinger.
Yeah, like this.
Jonah Jameson. He's like, that's Spider-Man, all right.
Yeah.
I'll put it you.
It's Spider-Verse is what Lego Batman was for Batman fans. Like Spider-Verse is that to Spider-Man fans.
Damn, I want to watch Lego Batman again.
Yeah, it's great.
Sarah, you're reading up on something because one of these questions had to do with it.
Yeah, I'm still very confused.
Let's see if Paleo knows anything about this. Okay. Maybe Saber even.
Pixie asks a question saying, did anyone see the controversy surrounding Pokemon regarding the war criminal shrine near their office? And what's your stance
I did.
on it?
I haven't heard anything about that.
I'm kind of reading I'm glancing over an article and I'm still just kind of, I don't know. I don't know anything about this.
So we're unsure on that one then.
I don't know what it has to do with Pokemon.
Apparently, some people from the Pokemon company visited this shrine, and apparently it's a controversial shrine because it has a history of, I don't know, bad things. I'm not gonna pretend to know I know the situation because I don't know anything. So.
Well, I like Pokemon. I hate that I didn't grow up with TV, and I was happy about that until I learned about all the awesome 90s things that I missed out on, like Pokemon.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just so awesome.
That's what you get. Drummer Shy's got a question asking, how special is this new react to the movie going to be to you, and what makes it different from all the reacts you did?
Well, it's longer.
Yeah, it was interesting. You know, actually, what I actually like genuinely felt good about editing this movie react is that when I saw it in theaters, I went in knowing that critics weren't super jacked about it, and I went in and went, you know what, it was good. I don't know why the critics gave it so much crap. But I also didn't leave thinking oh, it was super duper really good. It's not like it was something that I was like, oh, I'm so proud. But when I went back and edited it and went through it as much time as I did, and looking at the movie, I was like, this is actually better than I remembered. It
is pretty good.
It's actually I was like, you know what? This movie got a really shitty rap from critics.
Mm-hmm.
It did. It got a stupid bad rap. There were a few dumb character decisions that didn't make sense. But every movie's got stuff like that. If I had one complaint, honestly, it's probably the color palette. It was too bland for the majority of the movie.
Yeah,
I wasn't a huge fan of that.
I think in referring to it just wasn't as colorful of a movie. There was a lot of gray.
Yes, yes. It was grays and browns most of the movie. And then you have these brightly colored characters that pop on these gray, brown mud backgrounds. It's just kind of like, I mean, it was neat contrast for a bit, but it lasted almost the whole movie.
Interesting. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I know.
But that's a small criticism to have.
Right, right. I mean, it's not like there was like a glaring issue.
No, there wasn't.
Yeah, that's what, like, again, going back to it, I was like, you know what? This was funny enough, actually, when Sarah and I don't know if we've mentioned this yet, but when we were on our honeymoon on the cruise,
You guys are married?
I know, I know. You were there.
I was.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
I'm going to have to start posting some pictures from that.
Yeah.
Oh,
well,
I
when we
also
get our
want you to
USB.
send me the videos of me flying.
Oh, yes.
flag in.
Yes, I know. I was thinking about that today, too. I will.
Yeah, could you send them? Well, because the guy at the track actually wants those videos, and if I can send my footage plus your footage and some like little montage, maybe that'll be the kick in the pants to invite us all back.
Maybe. What people don't know is that that's a whole story in itself.
Oh
someday.
yeah, sorry.
No, I'm just saying that's a funny one. That's one I'll hold on to for a long time.
Oh my gosh.
Someday we'll tell the story of Gabe flying over a racetrack.
Fireworks.
Anyways, yeah. So that's what I really enjoyed about going through this react. Was it kind of reconnected me with the movie and made me have that like proud parent smile and nod, like, yeah, this is good. All right, Sarah.
It is cool to feel like, because we're almost like stockholders in the My Little Pony thing. As bronies, I mean, say what you will, but we did help the show be as successful as it is, and the movie wouldn't have existed without us.
Yeah.
And that's all of us, So it's kind of neat to be part of the ride for that long and go, yeah, they did a good job.
It was a cool payoff to get that movie. Kind of like, I was going to start quoting things people said in the react, and I'm like, oh wait, you guys haven't seen that yet.
No one will get it.
Let's see. So Princess Deadpool sent us a message through the Q&A saying, sorry I'm late to the party. For some reason I thought it was tomorrow. Anyway, I just wanted to say thank you, Race and Sarah, for helping Signal boost my medical bill fundraiser. It means a lot to me. For anyone that doesn't know, Princess Deadpool, somebody that we've seen quite a bit, interacted with quite a bit with this podcast and at conventions. Recently, what's the name of the surgery?
Appendix.
Well, the appendix.
I think something about
appendectomy.
the
Anyways, I had to get his appendix out, and
appendicitis, yeah, appendix.
And it with that came some really hefty medical bills, and there's a GoFundMe that is going around. You can find it. I know I retweeted on my Twitter.
I'll retweet it again on Semi Perfect Pod just so everybody can see it while we're talking about it.
Just so if anyone, anything helps in these kind of situations. So if you are able to assist, great guy, really fun, and the one thing I've always, or that I like immediately pointed out is this is somebody who even at conventions or whatnot, I don't ever recall asking for anything, and when you see somebody in this kind of situation, you're just like, oh. So, if anyone's able to, we just retweeted it on the Semi Perfect podcast.
Yeah.
You could check it out there. All right. So, do you say Soren? Is that technically how you say it?
Yeah, I don't know.
I think it's Soren. Asking, this one is for ACRacebest. Do you think there will be a Zootopia sequel still? And if so, what are a few things you'd like to see in it? I'd be very surprised if there wasn't a sequel. I'm more of just I want it sooner than later.
Yeah. He might have to wait as long as I did for
10 more
Wreck-It
years.
Ralph too.
I don't want to wait that long.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, there's a good chance that it can have a sequel, but if it does have a sequel, what would you like to see in it, babe? That's the second part of the question.
Judy and Nick make out, and then a scene that would change the
so
rating
you want to
to
see
R.
them get together?
Oh, I want to see more than them just get together.
Right.
I want to see them together. And
you want to see them get it.
I want to see what?
You want to see them get it.
Get it? What did you say, Gabe?
There's plenty of videos of that.
Already.
Yeah, you don't have a movie for that.
It's surprising. Like they must not be very careful because people have a lot of footage and pictures of all sorts of stuff.
No, I know. I mean, you'd think Judy, working at the police department, would be wary of cameras and stuff like that, but I guess not. Unless that's her thing, you know.
Maybe.
You can do it. It's
That's
fine.
great. Yeah, as long as they're having fun.
Yeah, they clearly are.
Yeah. Wait, what is this question? Fernando's asking, what was the funniest thing that ever happened to you in 2018? Also, I've begun the video about your con vlogs. Funniest thing that happened to each of us in 2018.
Well, now I can't say that I heard sex on New Year's Eve because it happened at 5
That was
a.m.
2019.
Um,
That would have been it, though.
yeah.
Oh man.
Saber said, "How's he gozy?"
Good.
No, that was this year.
That was 2019.
We're all screwed up.
Yeah.
You know what?
Um,
I guess me going on Mission to Space on the orange version. I can laugh about it now, but in the moment I was not happy. But now I can laugh about it.
Laura, I don't think you were here for that podcast, but
Yeah, I was gonna be like, "All right, guys, I know you probably talked about it last week, but tell me every detail of Disney World."
I know.
Yeah, I went on the orange line version of the Mission Space, and I did not have a good time.
I've never heard her scream the way she screamed.
I screamed bloody murder.
Oh my God.
She scared the people that we were in there with, and of course I was scared because I'm like, she's gonna kill me.
But yeah.
Yeah, she did not like it.
Popped into the centrifuge right off the bat.
Paleo, did you have an answer for this question?
I'm trying to think of something funny that happened.
Me too.
Sounds tough. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, like, it's a whole year that you gotta like, sift through.
I usually like slip back to thinking of like whose lines
Yeah.
that we did, because I always laugh at those.
Yeah.
Those are always fun. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna say funniest thing that I witnessed in 2018 was Gabe trying to be shot out of the sky with fireworks.
Oh my gosh, that was pretty funny. That was pretty.
I'm
that
so
was
glad
pretty
that ended how it did, because there was a moment where I'm like, did I just kill Gabe?
No, same. I was happy with the outcome. Any outcome where you know can walk away
Yeah.
is
It's
a
good
good,
one.
especially
Yeah.
in a sport like that.
I've told that story
was
a few
insane.
times, and to people who just have no idea of the situation, and they're like, they got a kick out of it. Yeah, there'll be video to come with that story someday.
Oh, good. That's so awesome.
I'll talk to Tommy again about that. Let's see here. We'll probably cut Q&A. We got a lot of questions here tonight.
Yeah.
We'll end the Q&A at 8:10, so in about 7 minutes.
Yep.
So we won't get to everybody's questions, but we want to thank everyone who did submit, and please submit them again if we don't get to them.
Yep.
One last reminder that if anyone does send a super chat question, we will prioritize it and make sure that that one gets answered. All right, so I'm just kind of going back near the bottom.
How has Horse News not nailed you for that one yet?
For what one?
Super chats?
Yeah.
Oh, well, it's not mandatory, Gabe.
Oh, okay. By the way, you tell me that $100,
It's
right?
optional.
See, we're using Discord, not Skype, so there's a whole different.
Oh, right. That's the loophole. Skype only.
Waddles asks, so what you gotta do for the semi-perfect 100 episode? I don't know yet.
Yeah, we're thinking on it.
I still like the
cooking
stripper
things up.
idea that Sarah suggested earlier.
Wait, what?
What?
What did you say?
I wasn't paying attention. Rosie Diamond asks, which inevitable Disney live-action remake are you most excited for?
I'm
gonna say Dumbo.
I guess, yeah.
Lion King, because it's going to be terrible.
Like, I'm not excited.
I'm Seth
for,
Rogen and I'm Pumbaa.
I'm not necessarily excited about any of them, but I guess if I were to choose one that I'm most excited for, but still
Zootopia.
it's not saying much,
Do you think
is
it's inevitable?
Dumbo.
Is it? You say Dumbo?
Yeah.
Is it inevitable that Zootopia will get a live-action remake someday?
Oh, God,
Someday?
fucking dumb.
It'll look
No.
like the Sonic movie, which is already looking great.
That movie only works in an animated setting. Like, God,
I don't
just
know. I've seen some good fursuits.
Hey, Disney has some
No,
good
it'll
fursuits.
just look like Peter Rabbit.
Yeah. Oh,
That
no. No.
Peter
I forgot that was a thing.
Rabbit's Peter. Okay.
They're doing a sequel to that.
Oh, we got a super chat.
Oh, we did get a super chat. Ozzy slipping right in there with 5 minutes to go. Are you planning to discuss the next podcast on the Steven Universe episodes or the upcoming 1 hour special? I'm sure we will discuss those. We won't do it too close to when
we got
things are being
2
released.
weeks until the 1 hour special, so it probably
won't be till the following
Yeah.
one at the soonest. Just so we give everyone a chance to
see the things.
see it. Oh, another super chat getting in here. Fritz Roll has a question for Gabe.
Yay!
Thoughts on doing an impression mashup challenge video? It's like the genre switching challenge, but with cartoon character impressions.
Okay, how would that work? Because, I mean, the genre switching is that we mix a challenge with we mix a genre with a singer. Would it be
like you're pretending? Okay, so maybe what it is you're one character trying to speak like another character.
What the? Gabe, you're you're
Optimus Prime's voice.
You're.
I like that.
That could actually
funny.
be really interesting.
Like you're a
Yeah, I'd have
character
to
mimicking
find like
another
famous
character.
lines and then do them in a different character's voice. That's really fun. Dang, that's a good idea. I'm gonna write that down. That might be a good possibility. I will let you guys know what I'm working on now. This coming Friday.
Oh yeah.
I'm doing a impression video of every single character from Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, and the video is kicking my butt. There are way too many stupid characters in that game.
Yeah.
And half of them-
Excuse me.
Hey, yeah.
Gosh,
Sounds like the characters are doing it.
Yeah.
they're doing it. They're doing it. Lucario I had trouble with because the way he, his really rough voice, Max Aura. I said he's got a thing for aura, and I was like, wait, I probably shouldn't say that 'cause it sounds like.
Okay, here's another question for Gabe from Rosie Diamond, asking, have you ever gotten a concussion? And if so, how long did it take you to recover? I think this is more because Rosie has a concussion, and I don't know if you missed that earlier.
Yeah.
Rosie,
No, I did miss that. I'm sorry to hear that, Rosie. I've had a few concussions.
we're not surprised.
The worst one was actually my dad's fault. He was pushing me on the tire swing, and I used to ask him to spin me as fast as he could.
Yeah.
And so he had me going, around. I was almost perpendicular to the ground, and I leaned my head back, and it hit the metal bar that was holding up and it knocked me out, and it split my head,
God.
open. So I needed lots of staples and everything like that. But yeah, I had a concussion, and I was very dizzy, and then I was very sick for a while, and then a lot of like migraines and stuff like that. But I would say it took me about a month to recover.
Damn.
Did your dad get in trouble with your mom?
Oh no. It was, he wasn't it wasn't malicious.
Oh, so she just went, yep.
Well, you
He's
fucked
like,
up.
Those are my boys. Just like that,
God, I can hear her saying it. Oh man. Well, here's a question for everybody. From Bitter Melon, asking a hypothetical question. I'm getting choked up. How can you tell if someone is flirting with you, Sarah? How can you tell?
You don't.
Yeah, not at all.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like it's.
If they say anything to you, they're flirting.
I feel like
usually if they
people
kiss
who...
you, that's a good indication.
Well, okay.
If they're John Lasseter, they're probably flirting.
Okay.
Oh my god.
So, I think a lot of the times your friends or people who hang out with you will notice if someone's flirting with you, and they'll be like, "Hey, this person's like flirting with you," and you're like, "What? No."
I remember seeing this
So
thing.
maybe just have a friend around.
I remember, yeah, at all times.
At all times to survey
That's not a
every
bad
interaction with a person.
I remember seeing this thing on TV when I was I was probably like 12, and I saw this thing on TV where this person was talking about body language and how you could tell if a date's going well or something.
Oh yeah.
And they were like, yeah, if you're at dinner, what you should do is knock over a fork and look under the table. and see if they have their toes to the ground.
Yeah.
And I guess that's like a sign of like they're like romantically excited about you. But now that I think about it, I'm like, maybe this is
That's
just
a lot of weird things.
maybe this is just a cover up to like
Check their
Probably.
pulse
sneak a
and look to see if their pupils are dilated, and maybe do an endorphin test if they let you.
No.
Isn't
This
blinking a
isn't the
lot
concussion
another
one,
thing?
Gabe. This is how to
sorry.
Yeah.
Isn't excessive blinking like another thing?
Is it?
I think so.
What
I
if
don't know.
that's
I've
just
heard
like
of that.
a thing they have?
If they have a
That
boner,
they just blink a lot.
Like, maybe that stems from like that one
Because
rabbit
my aunt Norma does that. She blinks a lot.
in Bambi. There is that female rabbit that like blinks a whole heck of a lot. She's just like with her.
well, that's a whole nother
eyelashes.
level of blinking. All right, we do have one last question here that we're gonna get to. Fritz Roll,
It's a
right?
super chat.
Yep, in the super chat. Get it in. Again, thank you to everyone else that submitted questions. If we didn't get to it, please submit them again or
Next
go the
time.
super chat route.
Yes.
Fritz Roll says, actually, what do you...
Okay, actually, what
Oh.
you do is take two separate cartoon characters and do one whole impression of the two. Sorry for not specifying.
Oh. You take two?
Okay, you take two separate cartoon characters and do one whole impression of the two.
I kind of think you had something going with the first idea, though.
Yeah, I like because that just what would make that any different from just doing a regular old impression video? You know, you just take characters and just do. I mean, I like the idea of combining the two choices in some way. That takes the the randomness element. It plays with the randomness element a bit. That was the whole point of the genre switching challenge. We wanted to have the element of random, be kind of what keeps people interested, keeps people intrigued, and then of course the results are often hilarious.
Interesting. So it wasn't a question, it was a clarification. Sarah, now's a good time for us to think. Oh, actually, I want to throw this out there first. I'm asking the chat. My turn to ask a question in this Q&A.
Yeah.
So YouTube now has an option. Saber actually brought this to my attention, and I was like, oh, this sounds kind of cool. YouTube has an option now where you can premiere a video on its release. Yeah. And I guess it's kind of like everyone gets to watch it together at the same time. Release dates posted, a time. Have you, Paley, have you done this before?
There's like a live chat thing. I haven't used it.
I'm thinking about maybe doing it for the MLP Movie React.
The thing about that is that I would be cautious about doing something like that because it's content that is it's a movie.
Yeah.
You're reacting to a movie, so it'd be I'd be cautious about doing a premiere with it because I wouldn't want to have the premiere and then it just automatically get blocked while you're watching it.
Oh well, no, because it would if I do this, I would wait a few days after I've already put it up.
Yeah.
So hopefully, if it does have issues, it'll have its issues already.
Yeah. And I know Lionsgate has been having some issues with YouTube recently.
Perfect.
Because though it's not automatic claiming, it's more like they're manually claiming videos that talk bad about their movies. It's really dumb.
Oh god,
Wow.
good thing we don't say anything
Hi,
bad.
Matt. Oh wait, is that Matt or was that Gabe?
I think that was Gabe, Sarah.
Okay, sorry.
Gabe.
That wow, it sounded exactly like how Matt would say wow.
Wow. Well, Gabe is the impression guy.
Wow.
Okay. Sorry,
So I agree with you, and I haven't done it before. But if I do, folks, I see some people expressing interest. If I did that, it would probably be on a weekend day, so I could actually be
present
for it. So maybe like Saturday or Sunday, kind of thing. So keep an eye out. If I do decide to go that route, I will definitely post something about it on Twitter and help kind of spread the word. I might even post a small video just letting people know, hey, join in on the fun. And then if I don't heed Paleo's warning, it means bad things will probably happen right in the middle of it. So naturally. But yeah, other than that, I want to thank everybody for joining us here on the Semi-Perfect Podcast. We will be back in 2 weeks, which will land us on January 23rd, 2019. Yep. Big thanks to all of our podcasters joining in, all of our live audience, everybody that listens on delay. Thank you all for your support. All of our super chat people, Sarah?
Yes, all of our super chat. We got Drummer Shy, Nora Mermaid.
Drummer Side, Nora Mermaid.
Ozzy Fritz Roll.
Ozzy Fritz Roll.
And that's it.
Fritz Roll.
Thank you guys for your super chats. We very much appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. All right. Well, that's a wrap. Good night, everybody. See you in 2 weeks.
Yay,
bye.